if you do keep media kind of sparing from kids, they are so thirsty for anything you show them that odds are they will probably just be there. Because remember, there's like some saying like, "Was it great or were you 8?" So they are 8, and so there are like some things that I've watched with them. I was delighted and surprised that they enjoyed. Like Clueless was so fun to rewatch with my boys, and an interesting rewatch because I remember when it came out, it seemed so over the top that all these kids had phones, and now you're like that was telling the future, like that was real. But Legally Blonde was another one where my older son was kind of hating on it in a insincere way, but then at the very end when she wins the case, spoiler alert, sorry everyone, he went like, yes. And so I knew, so they know, I mean, you just can't take it too personally. It's also funny, I've talked about this before, they're kind of wimps sometimes, and we showed them Sister Act, and they thought it was a scary movie at first because it starts off with an execution, and we had to coax them back in the room. So you just can't get your hopes up too high. You can't say, like, I mean, there have been movies, like we tried to watch Steel Magnolias and something happened and they walked away. And I was like, that one's more for me, honestly. That's not a kid movie. I know that,
I would tell you, I can tell you that.
But they watched
Good.
The Devil Wears Prada with me recently, and I was like, that's not really a kid movie in any way. Like again,
You're,
it was there, and they liked it. And Meryl Streep is witchy, and Anne
when
Hathaway
you have
is.
someone being mean, that's fun for kids to watch.
Yeah, and Emily Blunt is like, I always forget that she's the best part of that movie. And then also, we watched Austin Powers too, and you're like, that one didn't age that great, but we were also out of like the Mike Myers verse, when everything he does is awesome. So, I think keep your expectations low. Think of it as not hoping that you're going to pass on something to them that they enjoy, but maybe hope that they will. And maybe even better yet, it's like you appreciate something. Like we watched the Blues Brothers with them again recently. And I was like,
Oh yeah,
I was like, this may not
a great
age
Chicago.
well.
When you live in Chicago, you're not you're not fed the Blues Brothers like at age 3 or.
Oh, you are, but the Blues Brothers is such the humor of it is not kid funny necessarily. And like I had to kind of point out, like with Carrie Fisher, she keeps coming with a machine gun and a flamethrower and stuff. And they were like, why is she like that? And I said, didn't you notice that Jake Blues is not scared at all? Like he doesn't react at all. And they were like, oh yeah. And I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, that movie is so of its time. I think a lot of movies like Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, you never know, it might be of its era a little bit too much.